What's up, guys? Brad Chappell back with you. My top 3 setups for the month of October coming right up. First off, I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about the month of October for me. These fish are starting to come really off brush and suspend and wanting to start feeding up for the winter time. So they're out actually looking for these shad. So we're going to kind of manipulate that and try to cover a lot of water with these 3 different setups. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, comment for me, and join us on Tuesday night for today's bite, live streamed here on YouTube. Let's get it.
In the flatland like a man.
All right, guys, my number 1 setup to catch crappie in October is brought to you by Top Hat Jigs. They got a very new jig body out, just come out, and it's called the small fry, and it looks delicious. You can see right here, it's an 1.25 inch bait, 10 different colors, comes with a little pack of jig heads, everything you need to get out there and catch fish. Now in this setup, I'm using the new B&M Godwin series poles. It's a 7'6" medium with a very fast tip, 1-piece construction, very sensitive little pole, but I'm using 4-pound K9 line in the high vis. Also, I'm adding a little split shot up above it just to kind of get it down there into the strike zone a little bit quicker. Small fry comes with a 4-pack of the 32nd ounce jig heads in the pack. It's a pack of 12 baits and 4 hooks included. Now guys, I got a special offer for you. You buy 4 packs of the small fry and get 10% off, and also a Crappie Connection sticker by using the discount code CC sticker on tophatjigs.com. How I'm really utilizing this bait, the small fry, in October is going to be casting the brush, casting to some kind of stumps that the fish are sitting on, sitting back from them, casting down to them, and bringing it slowly over the top of them. One of the tricks that I've noticed over the last couple of years is once you see the fish, drop it on their head, reel it up and away from them, and they're going to come up and eat them up. All right, guys, my number 2 setup to catch more crappie in the month of October is to get out here and long line troll, pull some jigs back behind the boat, and this way you get to cover a lot of water, put multiple poles out, present a lot of different colors and profiles to the fish, and it's just an extremely fun way to catch crappie in the month of October. Now on this setup here, I'm using B&M Pro Staff trolling rods, starting at 8 foot, moving all the way out up to 20 foot wide. You can stair step them in different lengths and just kind of keep a separation in the back of the boat. My key speed for the month of October have been 1.2, 1.3, right in that neighborhood. I'm pulling 2 1/8s right now, and pulling 1.2 should get you around that 10-foot mark. My line of choice to long line troll is going to be 6-pound K9 high vis line. It's just a super quality line that's just flat out work. No matter if I'm using 4-pound, 12-pound, 6-pound for long line trolling, but check out K9 line of products. You won't be disappointed in their line, I promise you that. Use your discount code Crappie Connection 10, get you 10% off all the K9 lines that you want to choose from. On these jig heads, I actually pour them myself by Do It Molds. This is just a pony style jig head using a sickle style hook, red hook, big blade. On the body itself, Bobby Garland strollers. I have literally caught thousands upon thousands of crappie using the strollers long lining. It has just been my go-to bait day in and day out whenever I long line troll. Now colors this month, this is blue ice, and also up above it I've got glacier tied on. Just really natural tone colors. But I start out by tying this setup. I'm gonna put my first jig head on the line and just let it go. Come in, tie my bottom jig head with about an inch loop knot. Now up above it, I'm gonna tie my top jig. Now this is 3 or 4 foot up above it. This is also another 1/8 ounce jig head. but I'm gonna have 4 or 5 inch loop tied off the main line, and it just keeps it away and gives it total freedom to move as it's being trolled behind the boat. Target areas is gonna be shallow to mid-water depths. These fish are starting to follow the big schools of shads, so any kind of secondary creeks, any kind of mid-water depth flats, anywhere you can find a lot of bait fish, you should find your crappie. Get out there and pull some jigs in the month of October, and you will put more slabs in the boat. All right, guys, my number 3 setup to catch more crappie in October is going to be using this long pole, this 16-foot black diamond, utilized on LiveScope, and really targeting these crappie are out suspended. Here on the Ross Barnett for me is going to be anywhere from about 9 foot of water all the way to about 17 foot of water. But these fish are pulling out off the river ledge and off the brush, and they're just sitting out there chilling out, waiting on a little bait to come by them. But I'm trying to utilize this long reach of the 16-foot B&M black diamond, super great pole, using a little Bass Pro Shops Crappie Max bait casting model, 12-pound K9 fluorocarbon line, 2 bobber stops on the top end with a 3/8. That's a worm weight style tungsten weight with 2 bobber stops on the bottom side of it. Then coming down to the bottom business end of things is I'm using the eye-hole jig, and I'm using a 1/32 ounce eye-hole jig stuffed full of the crappie magnet slab bites. Just gives those crappie a little taste of scent out there in the water as you're fishing for them. Dropping it down to them, presenting them. Also using a crappie magnet in the Show Enough chartreuse jig body here. Now, one of the keys for me is noticing the fish, easing up to them, dropping it down to them, not dropping below them. You got to drop it and keep it steady above them. Now, as I get above them, one of the things that I'm gonna do with my pole here is, as I'm holding it, I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna keep my hand on the pole, but I'm gonna keep tapping that pole, and that just makes that jig kind of just flutter around a little bit. Sit it down in their face, right in front of them, and just tap your pole. And as that fish notices it, he's gonna come up and wanting a nose to it. At that point, just steady pull your pole up and away from the fish, and he's gonna make a jump, or she, and grab that bait and suck it in. Set the hook, snatch them in with that 16-foot black diamond, and bring you home a mess of slabs. All right, guys, that's my top 3 setups for the month of October. Check out Crappie Forever's website. We've got a few more of these hoodies right now. Check out Crappie Forever for all your crappie connections, sun hoodies, winter hoodies, hats. We've got it all, guys. Check them out at Crappie Forever. Till next month, Brad Chappell here. Holla.